Think about your dream wife. Obviously, she loves God. Maybe she's adventurous, caring, loves to cook, feels free. So why don't you have her?
When it comes to Christian dating, there are two very different, very opposite ends of the spectrum. On one end of the spectrum, you have these couples who meet each other and like 2 weeks later, they're getting married. And on the other side, there's guys who just can't seem to find anyone. I mean, that used to be me. I feel like I was attracting all of the girls that I didn't want and repelling all of the girls that I did want. Really, really weird phenomenon, and it took me a while to figure it out. So to save you guys some time, I'm gonna give you the ultimate playbook of how to get an amazing, godly wife, the woman of your dreams. It's gonna come along with some steps. There's gonna be some harsh truths, but if you do these things, I promise you, you will see results. So tell me if this sounds familiar. You meet a new guy, maybe he's someone that you would hang out with normally, maybe not, but either way, this guy seems pretty chill. But then as time goes on, you start to realize that this guy is way too clingy. He's trying to butt in on everything that you're doing, insert himself into all your friend groups. Just in general, doesn't quite understand when to just leave you alone. Or on the other hand, have you met one of these guys who you can tell that they don't have friends and that they want friends, but they're kind of waiting for everyone else to come up to them to get to know them rather than them coming to other people? If you can't tell by now, I'm telling you this because girls are people, right? And sometimes, man, you are going way too hard with these girls. Your conversation is lacking, or you're trying to insert yourself into literally everything they're doing. Maybe you've heard too many dating gurus or whatever, I don't know. I used to follow these guys and take their advice. And honestly, I pushed some chicks away from the advice that they gave. And same thing, like I know guys who are basically crying that they don't have a girl, but then they're not going out and doing anything to find a woman. So you kind of need to have options, if that makes sense. Like you don't need to be this guy who's like, oh yeah, I got like 20 other girls on my list, I don't need you. Option is in like, you can do other things with your life, even without this woman. She has to realize that she will not be the only thing in your life, because there's nothing worse than someone who everything relies on you. So you have to be chill. You have to have options, as in like other interests in life, if not other women. And you especially need to have this because as a Christian, your number one should be Jesus and then everything else. And I know it's super hard to do this because we got a fan. I know it's super hard to do this because in the moment, it's like you don't have something and you've won something. Like right now, I'm trying to get money. I don't have money. I'm working a dead-end job that I don't like. So I'm trying to get out there and drum up some business for myself, become self-employed. I'm going to these businesses and getting so many no's, but I never let it get to me because there's thousands of businesses out there and one of them has to say yes. So you have to be operating with the same mentality with these ladies. And going along with this, there's another kind of subsection of this that I see so many guys do. It is a classic pitfall and it's gonna screw up everything for you. You see an opportunity and you're like, oh, if I did YouTube and I got this many subscribers, then I could do this and this and this and this. And you basically start counting your chickens before they're hatched. I had a boss that did this. He'd be like, I'm about to get this client. It's gonna be so good. We're gonna bump the pay up for everybody. And then it wouldn't happen. And he actually started losing clients because he was too focused on the potential in the future that wasn't firm. So guys, same with the ladies. There's been so many times where I know you if you're watching this video because I know you.
I know who you are, boy, because you're me.
Just like me, you're out there and you're like, oh man, bro, if I could get this girl, it'd be so amazing. She plays tennis, I love tennis. She does this, I love this. Or like, oh, we could build such a great future together. And you haven't even gone and talked with her yet. It is quite ludicrous when we sit back and think about it and evaluate. So hyperfixating on this girl and thinking that she's the only one you're ever gonna get and you have to make this option work is going to just set you up for the opposite of success. Failure. You're never gonna get her, you're never gonna get another girl. So definitely don't be focused on potential options. Make the most of ones you have, and after that, it just is what it is. You can't change people, you can't change people's minds, you can only change yourself. Now for this next hard truth, I need you to picture with me a nice, beautiful Sunday morning. It's like perfect weather outside, you come to church, you walk inside, 9 a.m. service, and boom, there she is. The most beautiful girl you've ever seen. And holy cow, this just might be the day that you grow some balls and go talk to a woman. This is it. You have your opportunity. But then freaking Chase shows up. And Chase is this guy who just legitimately loves God. He's really trying to get closer to God every single day. He's strong, he's got good money, nice car, all this stuff. Basically, your chance is gone. Poof, out the window. As I am by the window. I was not planning that. But the reason that Chase is getting this girl and you are not is simply because Chase has done the work before. And it might not even be your fault. On my side, my dad, he always was like, oh yeah, people big and strong, yeah, they're just all idiots. It's all muscle, no brain, like the classic movie trope, right? But then as you get older, you start to realize like, oh wait, a lot of these guys that lift weights are actually really, really smart. And lifting weights is really good for your health and makes you stronger as a physique. But that's not to say you have to get like super swole. I mean, I'm not super swole and I got a beautiful wife. What you have to do is just be fit in some way. For me, I was running a lot and I was just slim, lean, and quick. And there was chicks that were into that. You know, they like a guy who, maybe he doesn't have a ton of muscle on him, but he's still capable. That's the point, is you want a capable guy. And the same point, like if you're like broke living with your mom and dad, chicks probably aren't gonna wanna be with you either. Not to say that living with your mom and dad is bad. It's a perfect time to stack cash and really get your career and life in order. But the point being, if you're at your parents' house because you have no money, you're living on the couch or whatever, then that's where they kind of have an issue. All of these things stack up. And of course, legitimately loving God. If you want to attract a Christian girl, how are you going to not love God as much as she does? How? Like, tell me, like, because I have no idea. And I see a lot of my friends who have done the same thing. They're like, oh yeah, I just want a good Christian girl. But then I look at them and they're not matched up with the level that these girls that they want are at. Work on yourself. And if you haven't done the work, you're probably not gonna get that girl that you're looking for. Now, this next point, I really feel like I need to drive home because it is going to make or break a relationship. Any relationship you have, you can be doing everything right. You can have your career on point, your education on point, your relationship with God on point. But if you fail in one area, it can all be over. Your chances are gone with possibly the woman of your dreams. That's not to say you won't get an opportunity with someone else who also is the woman of your dreams. For instance, I had one of these opportunities that I completely screwed up. Not only did I screw it up once, but I screwed it up twice, which is, I don't even know how I managed that. Just being lazy, I guess. I met this girl in person and we ended up having a long distance relationship because I moved across the country. Later on, after a few months of like talking, flirting, getting to know each other, I fly all the way across the country to come see her. And as you can imagine, the tension can be a bit high whenever that happens. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna have like a sweet little back of the van picnic. It's gonna be very nice at the lake. And I mean, on paper, it was really good. It was very cute. She liked it. But if I'm being honest, there was another part of me that was kind of hoping it would go somewhere else. And unfortunately it did. Thank God, not too far, but we took more steps than we needed to take. But down the line, that was a big reason of why we ended up separating ways, is because she was like, hey, look, you are not mature enough in your walk with Christ. There's still these sexual temptations and you're giving into them. And she was right. I did. And unfortunately, after she told me this, what did I do? Not fix my past. 1.5 years, 2 years later, whenever a second opportunity came, I couldn't do anything with it because I hadn't worked on me. My work wasn't right. My body wasn't right. My sexual sin was still conquering me. How was I supposed to get back with this girl we had this history with? So guys, this is something that is absolutely imperative to you finding the right woman is if you have any vices, any sort of like alcohol problem, smoking addiction. I'm not saying smoking is bad, but like anything, if you're just doing it way too much, if you can't help yourself from putting every donut that you see in your mouth, and especially if you have sexual sin in your life, get all of that straight and get right with God. I'm going to put a full playbook of how to conquer sexual temptation in the future. For now, just delve deeper into God, because you can be fantastic on every other aspect, be bad in that, and be completely screwed. And not only that, but if you're looking for a good Christian woman, she's looking for a strong Christian man that can lead her, who she's not gonna have to pull around or lead herself. Like, women want to follow. That's what they're designed to do. Men are meant to lead. That's what testosterone is for. The more testosterone you have, the less you worry about what other people think, and the more you're just doing. And with that being said, it takes a very strong man to submit to God because of how much we have in us that wants to go and follow our own path. It takes a strong man to admit he's wrong, to be caring, and to be gentle whenever a woman maybe isn't so nice for certain monthly reasons, but just get her pregnant and you don't have to worry about that after marriage. Now I'm going to be honest, this next one is a bit more on the fun side. This is more of a practical tip to get you going in the right direction. And after that, we're going to get into, I would say, possibly the number one reason why guys aren't finding the woman of their dreams. And it has to do with the church. But like I said, this one's more on the practical side. It's more for the guy that we know that guy that one day he loves like brunettes, tall brunettes. I'm going to get a tall brunette. And the next day he's into short redhead country chicks with like the most twang you can hear of, that are out mudding in the holes all day, doesn't even know what dirt is. Point is, he doesn't know what he wants. And when you don't know what you want, it's extremely hard to go out and get it. If I don't know that I want the best chicken sandwich known to man, then I ain't gonna show up at Chick-fil-A. I might show up at Wendy's or Arby's. Please God, not Arby's, but you get the point. So this exercise that we're going to do right now, like honestly, it's gonna trash my watch time because you're probably gonna sit down to do this and then get distracted and then go watch another video or something. But take 5 minutes to do this. It might take 5, 10 minutes, maybe 15. This is something that a mentor taught me, and this is how he got his wife. Write down every single thing that you want in a wife that is non-negotiable. It can be as shallow as hair color, or it can be as deep can get. Whatever you're looking for a woman, like maybe you want a woman who just absolutely loves children and just wants to serve in like a kids ministry her entire life. Or maybe like your plan is to run a highly stressful business and you just need whatever it is, from spiritual gifts to physical qualities. Like I'm saying, write down everything. Write down booby size. I'm dead serious. My mentor told me, write down everything, even how much sex you want to have. It's like, I didn't do that with my wife. I got literally everything on my list, but I did not write down that she would want to have sex all the time. And I barely get it. I wrote it down on my list and things are going pretty good for me. But here comes the important part of all this. Like you wrote down, and just by doing this, you've given yourself clarity, which is really good. Like you should have clarity on what you're looking for. This is going to help you eliminate other options. It's really, really good. However, the best thing that you can do is then take this list and pray to God every day that he sends you a woman like this, because we know that God loves to give good gifts to his children. This is not some weird prosperity gospel stuff. Like this is just what the Bible says. At the same time that you're praying for this woman to come into your life on an equal or greater amount, preferably greater, you need to be praying for this woman, her relationship with God, for the people she's around, for her finances, for her living situation, for her character, whatever it is. You need to be praying literally for, not for, but like for this woman. And that's one of the most powerful things you can do, to be supporting your wife before you even meet her. That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had done this to a greater extent. But that comes in with some things that we're going to get into after we talk about this number one reason why guys aren't getting girls in the church. And like I said, it's kind of the church's fault. So if you grew up in a Christian church, or even have been in a Christian church for any number of time, you've probably come across the whole idea that you need to wait for your one. That there's this one chick that God has for you that you gotta be waiting for. There's no need to like run out there and try to find a woman. You just gotta wait for it. Well, dude, that might be well and great for the ladies, but for us guys, we're supposed to get out and hunt. We're supposed to pursue a woman. David, on the two that I remember, he had to get out there and literally fight for these ladies. The first one, he was chilling with his brothers, and then he heard, hey, the king is going to give his daughter, his hot daughter, whoever slays Goliath. And he said, bro, easy. God's on my side. I'm gonna go out there and kill the giant. The next one, what was it, like 100 enemy warriors? Like their foreskins? Bro, this guy was going out and hunting. This is the same thing you see with any guy in human history. I fully believe that God more presents people to you. How about this one? How about this one? And in that way, God is bringing you together. She is the one if you make her the one. But the danger of thinking like this, of this whole wait for the one thing, is that it encourages Christian men to not go out and seek the woman, to not develop themselves, to not be the best they can be. And it encourages them to just honestly sit around and not do anything. It also makes you put way too much pressure when you meet a woman that she is the one. I was doing this when I met my wife. I was like, oh man, maybe she's the one, blah, 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 blah. I was so worried about, is this the one? Is this the not? Because I didn't want to waste my time. I didn't want to date another woman if she wasn't the one. And that's why I told God. I was getting like some answers that seemed like yes, but maybe no. Maybe yes, maybe no. And my friend gave me some great advice. He said, hey, look, dude, if you are going on a path that you think God wants you to be on, and at the same time, you are constantly checking back with him, bro, God's going to tell you if you're going the right way or not. He's not going to let you walk down the wrong path without saying something. So that first advice took me to the steps of actually trying to pursue this woman. And the second part where everything really clicked for me is I met this family that basically told me it's not necessarily that there's the one for you, and if you either have that one or you don't have that one, God's presenting you people that maybe is a good match, maybe not. It's up to you to make the choice to take the step. And just because someone's there doesn't mean that that's someone that you need to be with. It's just options. And God is giving you the choice, as he does with our salvation, to decide, do I want to pursue this woman? Do I want to hunt down this lady? Or do I want to find someone else? The one is the one when you put the ring on. And the final ring, not the first one, not the engagement ring. When you put the wedding ring on, that is the one. And one final extra bit of hard truths before we get into solutions, because I'm not going to leave you hanging without some solutions. Sometimes you could be doing all the right things. Bro, there's a rabbit right here. It's like a jackrabbit. I don't want to turn the camera around because it's a bit annoying. Maybe, hold on. I'm just going to turn the car around. Chase him down. Oh, shoot. He's going down the, I don't think I'm catching him. Although it looks like a dead end. I'm not going to go chase down a rabbit, even though like my primal instinct is wanting me to. Sometimes you could be doing all the right things. You could be having the best relationship with God. Maybe she just doesn't like you because, I don't know, your face. Sometimes that's how it is, to be honest. I'm not that into like black chicks or Chinese chicks. It's just how it is. Don't take rejections as just, this girl doesn't like me, it's all over. Take it for what it is. Just another person you can scratch off your list that it's not gonna work out with. But I've dropped some hard truths on you guys, some stuff that I would have liked to have heard. Now what? We have our list. We know what type of woman we're looking for. We know that we want a strong woman of God. We know things about her, but what's the next play? Well, if you've been paying attention, the idea now is to become the type of man that this kind of woman is going to want. And not because you're gonna get the girl. You wanna become the type of man that she wants to be, because that's just the type of man that you want to aspire to be. If you don't wanna get close to God, you're not gonna get close to God, you know what I mean? And if you're getting close to God to get with the girl, that's pretty darn shallow and not even worth it. Now, to do this, because you're probably asking like, well, Malachi, how do I get free from lust? How do I get better at talking with the females, become more disciplined, so on and so forth? You know, I'm gonna make videos on this in the future. But for now, the best advice that I can tell you on this, I took to a certain extent, but didn't take it the full length that I could have. And I wish I had. Not because like, oh, I wish I could have gotten a different girl or whatever, but because I would have been more prepared for the woman that I have now. And that is to take 1 month, maybe 2 months, maybe a whole year to work specifically on yourself and in specific areas. Don't just be like, oh, some guy on the internet was like telling me I need to take a year off, so I'm just gonna like not date. Like, no, have a plan coming into it, figure out what's important for you, where you need to go, and what your weak points are, and make action plans for that. And if you have trouble with this, I mean, AI exists. There's also a great tool that I've been using. It's called the Operator Standard. Basically, you plug in the stuff that you want, and it practically makes it impossible for you not to succeed. Whenever you're going through the system, you actually put value into it. I did it for a month. I was seeing insane results. And now, and that's back when I was posting before, and now I'm utilizing it again, and here we are with more videos. So if you want to check that out, I have an affiliate link. It's not sponsoring or anything, but just throw it out to help you guys. And then if it helps you and helps me with a little bit of finances, that's amazing. Utilize that or something else. Use your brain. Being single is the best time because you have time. You have time to invest hours with a God. You have time to invest hours into maybe a business you want to do, or figuring out the career you want and pursuing that. You have time to go to the gym for hours. You have time to work on your charisma or whatever you want to do. You have time to do this. Once you have a girlfriend, the time's going to go shorter. Once you have a wife, it's going to go even shorter. And once you have kids, it's going to go even shorter, because they need you. Build what you need now. It's just like the same as a guy that goes to the gym, puts on a bunch of muscle. The hard part is putting on the muscle. The easy part is maintaining. Like I said, I'm going to make videos on these topics in the future, so be watching out for them if they're not out already. And in the meantime, go in Christ and become uncompromised.